Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the very first episode of Let's Play Hitman Absolution. Now, I don't think that it needs to be said that I've been anxiously awaiting this game for a very long time, and going by the abundance of comments and personal messages I've read from you guys on the game in question, I think that it's safe to say that I'm not the only one. So let's not waste any more time and get right into it. Our target in today's contract is sadly Diana Burnwood. If the name sounds familiar, that's because she's been Agent 47's sole handler and arguably the closest thing to a friend to him since the series began. Now, I'd just like to quickly mention that there are some missions throughout Hitman Absolution in which achieving a silent assassin rating is simply not possible, and a personal contract is one such mission. However, in this mission, there exists the Well Played challenge, which players can unlock by completing the mission without subduing or killing anyone. There is an exception to this rule which I'll explain later, but for now, let's gun for that, shall we? As we sneak our way into the garden, we'll remain behind the guard ahead as we quietly move to this tree on our left where we'll pick up this axe. As well as the axe, there is also a brick and a wrench that have been conveniently left lying around nearby, and either of which we can use instead at this juncture. But unlike the other objects, the axe has the clear advantage of being an axe and is therefore the obvious choice. So now, with axe in hand, we'll silently move towards the right of the garden where we'll hide behind this rock pile as we prepare to make our next move, which could be either of the following. The first, and of course recommended approach, would be to use our newly acquired axe to distract the nearby guard.
Hey! Who's messing with my buckets?
So that we can sneak right past him as if we were never there. Effective, yes, but so anticlimactic. The second approach involves getting by said guard with a little less subtlety.
Okay, love you. Bye. Hang up. No, you hang up. Oh, no, you.
Oh! Your call could not be connected. Please check the number and fuck yourself. Oh, and
fuck your buckets, bitch!
A far more entertaining approach indeed. But seeing as though we're adopting the playstyle of a silent assassin, we're going to have to leave his brains in his skull and simply slip right past him. Having done so, we'll continue along the narrow pathway until we emerge near a tennis court occupied by 3 armed guards. Now at this point, we can choose to kill these guards, and the game will actually walk us through taking this approach. However, given our ultimate goal for this mission, we're going to leave them standing and proceed unseen. We'll make a start by sneaking past this smoking guard before quietly crossing the tennis court and making our way to the steps on the opposing side. At this juncture, if we had followed the game's instructions and killed the guards on the tennis court, we'd be in a prime position to complete yet another challenge, namely the Modern Art Challenge, which is achieved as follows.
You know, I've always wondered why Mrs. Burnwood keeps this giant piece of rubbish in the middle of her garden. Rubbish? This, my culturally deprived associate, is art in its purest form! Mind you, I wouldn't expect you to appreciate it. You wouldn't know good art if it fell from the sky and hit you in the head!
But given the fact that we're keeping a low profile, let's keep the body count non-existent. So after we've made our way down these steps, we'll shoulder up against this stone wall and proceed to use it for cover as we make our way around the outside of the garden and enter the cabana on the other side. Here we'll quietly move up to this nearby guard and then carefully tail him as he exits the cabana. Now, remaining crouched behind this concrete wall, we'll wait for the nearby guard to walk away before also waiting for the 2 conversing guards in the distance to do the same thing. And when the coast is clear, we'll continue along the pathway and cross the bridge. Now, I'd just like to quickly point out that if we'd chosen to thin the ranks of the outdoor guards courtesy of the Modern Art Challenge, there would still be a guard on this bridge. And while yeah, I know that we could easily just sneak past him, let's not.
Oh, hey, let me go!
Insta-drown!
But of course, seeing as though we didn't take the route of the Modern Art Challenge, we have no guard to worry about and are free to head deeper into the garden. After moving through the door, we'll immediately take cover behind this counter as we wait for the approaching guard to walk to the balcony. We'll then use the nearby furniture to sneak our way forward before sneaking by the second guard and moving around the corner. And well, what do we have here? A wood chipper? Now what could we possibly do with this?
I flew a pterodactyl once. Yes, What the?
Where am I? Let me out of here! Let me out of here, I say! You, sir, have just made a very powerful enemy.
Ah, so that's what it does. I know, we're not supposed to be hurting anyone, so we'll ignore the wood chipper and instead move to the nearby table and disguise ourselves as a gardener. This disguise will make getting through the upcoming greenhouse so much easier. So with our newly acquired uniform, we'll make our way past the guard and other gardener and enter the greenhouse. Once inside, we'll take the path branching off to the right and follow it to the other side, making sure that we steer well clear of the other potentially suspicious gardeners on the left side pathway. Upon reaching the other side, we'll be able to see our way out. However, the problem we face is the area outside is restricted to guards only, meaning that the two armed guards stationed by the doorway in question aren't going to be okay with the gardener simply strolling right past them. So here's how we're going to combat this. We'll start by waiting for this guard to patrol by us and join his comrade by the door. Following this, we'll use the nearby valve to turn on the greenhouse sprinklers, causing the guards to walk outside and giving us the opportunity to sneak out behind them. We'll now continue to sneak past the two guards before making our way up the steps and onto the cliffside ledge, which will swiftly make our way along until we come to an access point in the form of an open window.
What? You're kidding me. Wait, are you sure? It's not prostate cancer. I could kiss you. I mean, that's great news. Oh, man, you made my day. Yeah, thanks, Doc. Yeah. Oh, man, I thought I was a goner. Yeah, Doc, I gotta run. Duty calls, and thank you so much. You have a nice day, too. Yeah, bye. Woo! Man, no one can piss on this day. Oh!
Yeah, I know. No casualties. There. That's much better.
Woo! Man, no one can piss on this day.
When the guard inside turns and walks away, we'll climb our way in through the window and immediately hide behind the desk. Here we'll just sit tight for a moment as we wait for the guard stationed by the mansion entrance to join his friend by the balcony. When he does, we'll sneak toward the now unoccupied doorway and move through it, gaining access to the mansion interior. Once inside, we'll walk up to and collect the piece of evidence from this mainframe before moving to the nearby desk and disabling the security system. And with the security disabled, we'll exchange our gardener's attire with the uniform of an indoor security guard, which will give us access to anywhere within the mansion. So with our new disguise applied, we'll make our way through the door and head deeper into the mansion, where the business end of this contract will take place. From this point onward, the game's scoring system will be active, monitoring our progress and either rewarding or punishing our actions. So with that said, let's get to it. Now, in order to reach Diana, we must first get through the security door upstairs, and the required keycard for said door is in the possession of the head of security. And let's just say that he won't give it up voluntarily. Excuse me, sir, could I please borrow the keycard for the security door upstairs?
No.
Okay. Sharing is caring, fuckhead. An approach like that will certainly get us out of here faster, but it will also deal a pretty hefty penalty to our mission score. Not to mention that we're still gunning for the well played challenge, meaning we're going to have to relieve the head of security of his keycard without directly confronting him. How, you ask? Well, this is where the exception that I mentioned at the beginning of the video comes into play. The head of security clearly enjoys his coffee and he frequently drinks it from a cup he leaves sitting on the bar. Now, I'm pretty sure that you can kind of see where I'm going with this.
There's nothing quite like the warm, creamy taste of a freshly made cup of tea.
Not quite what I had in mind. Here's what we're gonna do. After making our entrance, we'll immediately move to the staircase on our left and make our way upstairs, where we'll move through the door directly in front of us to the bathroom and grab some sleeping pills. We'll now exit the bathroom, make our way back downstairs and enter the kitchen, where we find a chef and a security guard having a chat. After a short wait, the guard will leave the room, leaving us alone with the chef. And if we felt so inclined, we could, shall we say, add a secret ingredient to his dish.
Bloody hell, where on earth did I put my Oh! Never mind. And now to see if I've nailed the balance of flavors. Whoa! I don't recall putting that much sage in there. Or is it saffron? Rosemary? Paprika? Whatever it is, I don't think that it's Oh! I'd better sit down. Oh, my stomach! It's turning like mad! I just don't understand. What ingredient could be possibly causing such...
Wait! Upstairs! Bathroom! Counter! Sleeping pills! But surely somebody wouldn't be so vile as to...
Afraid so. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we can dump the chef in the nearby refrigerator and take his uniform. And seeing as though he was the only chef in the area, we are now free to wander about the mansion ground floor without the risk of being discovered. That is, of course, unless we do something that a chef wouldn't normally do, such as, I don't know, cause a tragic piano tuning accident? That doesn't quite sound right. I'd better take a look under the hood. Get it? Like a car, but with a piano. But once again, I digress. So let's get back to the mission at hand. Having collected the sleeping pills from upstairs and returned to the kitchen, we'll again wait for the chatty security guard to leave the room before crossing the kitchen, entering the space behind the bar, and putting the sleeping pills into the head of security's coffee. And then, of course, we'll simply stand by and wait for him to drink it.
Wouldn't it be ironic if instead of keeping me awake and more alert, this cup of coffee actually put me to sleep?
And now we'll relieve the unconscious head of security of his keycard, leave him to snooze awkwardly on the chair, make our way back through the kitchen, and head back upstairs. But before we enter Diana's private quarters, there's one last thing we'll do. Using the control panel on the balcony, we'll open the window blinds downstairs, causing all the guards in the living room to turn around and enjoy the view. Then, while their attention is diverted, we'll make our way back downstairs, cross the room, and collect this evidence from the coffee table, giving our score a minor boost. We'll now return upstairs, being wary of this descending guard, and then follow the walkway around to the security door. Having made our way through the door, we'll casually walk up these steps, pass through the outdoor area, and follow the remaining hallway to our target.
'47? Report, 47. I should kill you.
Why did you do this?
47! Damn it, what's wrong with this thing?
We all have our limits. Even you, 47. We used to have honor.
Diana,
No. I had to take her away from the doctors. I knew you would understand.
Fuck. Something's not right.
You won't last long.
There's no time.
You still have a chance.
In my robe. A letter. Now go. Take the girl and run. Before Travis finds out. Please, do not let her turn it to you. Promise me.
I promise.
Now that we've assassinated our target, there is one last thing we must do, and that is to pick up a young girl named Victoria so that we can protect her from the agency. So we'll race our way through the last few stretches of corridor before coming to the entrance of Victoria's bedroom, which just so happens to be guarded by 4 security guards. Here the game wants us to try out the newly introduced point and shoot feature, which I know isn't the stealthiest approach in the world, but that doesn't mean we can't have a little fun with it. And with the 4 remaining guards dealt with, we'll approach Victoria's bedroom door, pick the lock, get the girl, and get the fuck out of here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the very first episode of Let's Play Hitman Absolution. As always, I hope you enjoyed it, and more importantly, found it to be worth the exceptionally long wait that you all endured. If so, be sure to hit that thumbs up button to help the channel grow, and seeing as though this is my first video of 2013, I'd just like to wish everybody a very belated Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you everyone for your continual support throughout 2012, and here's to an awesome 2013. Thanks for watching, guys and girls, and I'll see you next time.